my pleasure to present to you the President of City Council, the Honorable Darrell L. Clarke.
Also behind the council president are in the first row, Curtis Jones, Kenyatta Johnson, Maria Quinones Sanchez, and
I'm
Darrell
sorry, I
Green.
was a little anxious. It's only my second time. Folks, I just want to say that it is a pleasure of having an opportunity to serve as the president of the City Council of Philadelphia. It is one of the best jobs in the city and one of the best jobs in the country. So I want to truly thank my colleagues, all my supporters, all of the wonderful staff that we have, and the people that have given me this awesome opportunity. To my colleagues, some old friends and some new friends, it is my honor to continue serving the people of the city of Philadelphia as president of City Council. I want to thank you again for this privilege. 4 years ago, as some of you may recall, I stood on this stage and I was a little nervous. It was my first time, must admit, but I was extremely optimistic and just extremely determined to do the business for the citizens of the city of Philadelphia. And as a result of that, I'd like to say I'm so proud of this city council, the people that I have worked with, and I know that I may rub some people the wrong way, but the last 4 years, I've worked with what I believe to be the best city council in the city of Philadelphia's history. And that doesn't include the new members because you guys weren't here, so I'm sure you'll enhance that. But together, we modernized property assessment, streamlined planning and development functions in a historic reinvention of municipal government, created the nation's largest land bank. Thank you, Councilwoman, for that awesome work. We authorized an independent water and sewer rate board to protect consumers and strengthen regulations and make building, demolition, and construction safer. Councilman Jones, I want to thank you for chairing those hearings. We adopted strategies to build an affordable future, and that is very important in today's times. Solicited citizen input and community sustainability initiatives at town halls throughout the city of Philadelphia, and began working with stakeholders. And Mayor Kinney, I want to thank you. That trip was awesome to Cincinnati. We look forward to expanding on that. And the last 4 years were extremely productive, and I'm particularly proud about the fact that we work together, and you look at the vote count and the number of our sessions, and there were a lot of 17 zeros, 16 ones, 15 twos. And as a matter of fact, I tell my communications person that a press person actually called me and said, you know, you guys are boring. What do you mean? I said, well, you're always together. You know, I said, well, you know, that's not a bad thing. And I had to apologize for not having a fight on the floor of City Council. You know, we didn't do that this term, right? All right, nobody threatened to throw anybody out of the window, right? A la Abscam, there wasn't a movie made after us, but we did some good work. But guess what? We still have so much more to do. In spite of the significant problems we tackled and milestones we reached, far too many issues remain unresolved. None of us here, especially those in this beautiful amphitheater, can feel good about being the most impoverished of the major U.S. cities. Nor can we feel good about unemployment in some of our neighborhoods. Unemployment that actually reaches upwards of 40 to 50% in some of our communities. We cannot feel good about vacant lots and blighted conditions that still are a part of some neighborhoods' landscape. We have to fix that. The previous term, Council made a significant proposal to ensure equitable growth throughout the city of Philadelphia, to make sure that every neighborhood is a community of choice. And I want to thank my colleagues for working so diligently toward the goal of equitable communities that are inclusive of everyone, regardless of who they are or how much they earn. I want to thank you guys so much for that great work. All right. Here in the city of Philadelphia, a city of working class communities, that conversation begins and ends with affordability. For those of us who had got knocked down during the recession, whether by job loss or lost savings, getting back to where we were has been difficult. It's been extremely difficult. Young people are delaying home ownership. People who used to be homeowners are now renting. There are some significant challenges. And despite, you do see market rate housing in a lot of sections of the city of Philadelphia. And I want to thank Mayor Nutter for working with us to ensure that we have significant growth. But the simple reality is that most of our citizens cannot afford the cost of those new market rate housing. So last term, City Council set out a goal of building 2,000 new affordable workforce units on vacant land in gentrifying neighborhoods to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to live in these choice neighborhoods. We are already bucking a trend that is making other major cities less affordable and less inclusive. We will also be rolling out a comprehensive energy strategy to help homeowners, businesses, and our own city government to increase efficiencies, reduce costs, and create more than 10,000 new green jobs along the way. To the press, stay tuned for that. We know that a good quality of life is not just about having a place to live. Economic opportunity, giving people the ability to sustain themselves and their families and to have real pride in earning a living is critical, creating the healthy communities. I'm talking about jobs, jobs, jobs. So to create new jobs, we will propose the following: a targeted and coordinated effort among the private, public, and nonprofit sectors to secure an amendment to the uniformity clause in the Pennsylvania State Constitution, which will allow our city, for the first time in decades, to truly reform our tax structure. This isn't just about delivering tax relief for homeowners. I know some chamber people like that. This isn't just about tax relief for homeowners, although that is definitely a laudable goal. This is about making targeted investments to stimulate the economic growth and the prosperity of our city. 2, we need to make sure that young people in the city of Philadelphia graduating from the Philadelphia public schools and other high schools are prepared to join the workforce. For some, that might mean moving on to college. It may be even grad school. But college, particularly with the insane costs and debt associated with it, is not for everyone. So what we want to do, and have started those discussions, that we have been blessed to have world-class higher education institutions and teaching hospitals in the city of Philadelphia. Few cities can beat us in eds and meds. As a matter of fact, I'll go so far as to say we're the best. I know Boston is maybe a close second, but at the end of the day, city of Philadelphia has the best eds and meds. All right? So understanding that as we talk about the school district and some of the curriculum changes, while I understand that we are mandated to teach to the test, how about teaching to the job opportunity? All right? Wouldn't that be a novel idea? So as a result of that, we have had productive conversations with our major universities, including Penn, Drexel, and my personal favorite, Temple. It's in my district, about increasing partnerships with Philadelphia public schools. And I want to thank every college university official who looked me in the eye and told me they are committed to doing more for our young people. All right? They committed, and I'm looking forward to that. Together, we must find a way to get more Philadelphia public school students on a path to tech, health, science jobs right here in the city of Philadelphia. That, by the way, is how you really address economic inequality. Education plus opportunity. Now, about our schools. It is beyond unconscionable that in this economic recovery, the big banks, the corporations, the CEOs are doing better. They're doing real well, real well. But across the country, the simple reality is that school districts are starving. And this is not just morally wrong, it is also extremely counterproductive as it relates to our health and our long-term viability. We are competing with countries around the globe that don't just think twice about investing heavily in education. The birthplace in the city of Philadelphia, the birthplace of American democracy, we don't have enough teachers, nurses, counselors, books to give our kids the quality public education they need to become successful adults. But today, we have more reasons to be hopeful. We have a governor, and Tom Wolf, who is here with us today. Governor, where are you at? Governor?
A standing ovation for Governor Tom Wolf from all the members of City Council and most of the members of the audience. As you know, Philadelphia is a Democratic city, So it's not unusual to have such an ovation for the governor.
We still love you here in the city of Philadelphia. I don't know about any place else in the state, but we love you here. So I want to thank the governor for insisting on a responsible spending plan that funds Pennsylvania schools in a responsible way. And we will. And we will, in just a few minutes, have a mayor. And Jim Kenney, a South Philadelphia guy, coming from a row home community just like myself, who knows the importance of a well-rounded education, not just for all kids, but especially for the most vulnerable kids, kids who are born into less than stable conditions and less than perfectly safe communities. So we look forward to ensuring that opportunity, because all children deserve a quality education just as our own. Last November, our new mayor and our new chief education officers and members of my staff, we visited Cincinnati. And I'm going to go off script a little bit on this. We saw something that was extremely exciting. We saw a school that had every opportunity in that school, right? For health care. I mean, they literally had an I-class store in the school. It was awesome. And I got to tell you, I'm not easily impressed, but I was impressed. But the simple reality is, for every city, you need to have a different business model. And in the city of Philadelphia, as we move towards adopting the community school model in a very aggressive way, the simple reality is, to some degree, the challenges for that child is not just in the classroom. It's in the home. It's in the way to school, right? It's in all of the issues, the social issues that surround that child's life. So what we say, we have to address the entire child. We can't simply just focus on the classroom. So what we're talking about is creating community schools in an aggressive way. Mayor, I hope I'm not taking a part of your speech. All right, I'm sorry, because I'm freelancing. I'm getting excited about this. When we talk about, the things that people need in communities, we do not have a city hall in every neighborhood, right? We do not have a library in every neighborhood, right? We do not have a hospital in every neighborhood, but guess what we have in every neighborhood? A school. So that school should be the focal point of every imaginable service that we can deliver to our citizens, and I think that approach will allow us to create the environment that will make every neighborhood a neighborhood of the choice. So I just want to say I'm extremely excited, obviously, about that potential. City Council has already started the process towards community schools, and we'll be talking about that in a little more aggressive pace. But I want to talk about one thing that has recently become a topic of discussion. Very shortly, we will be making an announcement on significant reforms of our criminal justice system, right? That is not sexy, all right? People, okay, whatever. But the simple reality is that it affects your life if you pay taxes. It affects your life if you have a family member that has had a challenge. It affects your life if you happen to live in a neighborhood where crime continues to be a challenge. It will affect your life if you are a member of the city of Philadelphia. So with this reform, we will look at every opportunity, because we truly believe that no Philadelphians should live in the fear of those sworn to protect and serve them, meaning the police. Nor should any Philadelphian who has made a mistake and is remorseful and wants to turn their life around, become a productive citizen, be denied opportunities to do so. All right? So, to all of you, and to my colleagues in particular, all of you, I want to thank you so much for the last 4 years, and I look forward to the next 4 years, because it is going to be a blast. All right? So to all of you, I want to thank you so much for being here today. May God bless you. Thank you so much.